Hey everyone, welcome back and thank you so much for joining us. We are now here for our 10:30 Eastern Time presentation with Faten. So thank you so much for joining us, Faten. How are you today?
Thank you so much. I'm really fine. I'm really excited to join you in Ed Fashion conference. It's really nice experience for me and for all the team. Thank you so much.
Oh, we are so excited to have you. So while you're pulling up your slides, I'll go ahead and tell everyone a little bit about you. Faten is a Tunisian IT teacher at the Pioneer School of SFACS, who we had the honor of meeting. She's one of many women who we're proud of in Tunisia, a teacher with enthusiasm and a different vision of modern education and its impact on the new generation. So we are so excited to have you here. So as you're screen sharing, then I'll tell a little more about you. So your education love story. So this is about her love story. She graduated from the FSEG SFACS University with a master's in information systems and new technologies, and is currently a PhD student in automatic natural language processing. After this remarkable academic adventure, she started a new one in 2007 as a teacher. So the start was in a rural region where Faten discovered the inequality of the education system between these regions and other schools in the cities. Attracted by these pupils' English language problems, where they used to find courses so boring with no interaction. With that in mind, Faten moved from that region and teamed up with other teachers to motivate children to practice their English with the help of their hobbies and electronic devices. The remarkable experience involved the children playing a football game whereby they must only speak in English or they're out. It was an original interactive idea which helped to solve the problem. So you can connect with Faten on Twitter at Faten Khalfallah, and you can also see her on LinkedIn. So if you go to her EduPassion site, then edupassions.org/Faten.html, you can see all of her great information. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to her.
Thank you so much for this nice evening for me. So I'm as you said, computer science teacher in Tunisia, and I'm really excited to share my experience with you and with other teachers and education passions for all over the world. So as we know, and for me, education is the most important topic in this world, since it can lead to great leaders for tomorrow. And that's why my presentation is design thinking in schools lead to great leaders of tomorrow. So I can speak about design thinking. What is design thinking? Design thinking is an approach to learning that focuses on developing students' creative confidence. And when we speak about design thinking, it's about working on challenges that focus on developing empathy, promoting biased word action, encouraging ideation, developing metacognitive awareness, and fostering active problem solving. And through design, children learn that they have power to change this world. That's why we speak about the bread and the butter supplementary experiences that students at the best schools are getting, and in public school teachers find them difficult to conceive of why they are under so much accountability pressure. And that's why design thinking is get as a process for solving problems and discovering opportunities for finding new ideas. That's why we have 5-step process in design thinking. They are the main things that we have to follow. First is understanding, then exploring, prototyping, refining, and solving. These are the 5-step process that we have to follow. I can let you with this video and how the kids can learn from their mistakes and how problems can be like challenges. So, understand, this is step 1. And during this phase, the students immerse themselves in e-learning. They talk to experts and conduct researches to be able to understand the problem at hand. The goal is to develop background knowledge through these experiences. When we speak about understanding, so the kid or the student has to understand what is the problem in his hand and has to ask questions. What are the parameters? Who is the audience? We have to ask questions and brainstorm. So this phase will help students to develop a sense of empathy. The step 2 is to explore. And when we speak about exploring, is to do some research. Is to explore the different ways people have tackled similar design challenges. Is to think about what's possible as well as what's not. And in this stage, the student has to be aware of people's needs and developing insights. No idea is too far-fetched, and one's ideas are rejected. So ideating is all about creativity and fun. So here students may be asked to generate 100 ideas in a single session. They become silly, risk takers, we can speak about wishful thinkers and dreamers of the impossible and the possible also. This is stage 2. When we speak about step 3, is about prototyping. And when we speak about prototyping, is a rough and rapid portion of the design process. Once you have some ideas, it's time to test them. So the kid has to test. It's not just to see. It's not just to watch. He has to test them. Sketch, write, mold, use cardboard boxes, and use software to model the ideas as best as he can. So it's a way to convey an idea quickly. And students learn that it is better to fail early and often as they create prototypes. So they have to fail, and from their failure, they will learn from their mistakes, and they come back to try to solve this problem. And no matter is to fail. We move to step 4, and in step 4, students should narrow the field of ideas down to one. So it's refining. Type the knowledge of the design challenge and the power of design software to make final refinements. student will learn what works and what doesn't. So we have to know, after making our model or after prototyping, we have to know if it works or not. So this means going back to the prototype and modifying it based on the feedback. And this stage will ensure that the student learn what doesn't work for him. And from this, he will get back and try to do another way and test another thing. And finally, with the step 5 is solution. Here we have to finalize your project the same way real-world design professionals do every single day. So we have to build it, we can print it, or present a broad overview of the finished product to your classmates. And here, it will give the confidence to the kid that he's working on a problem, he's working on a challenge, and he has a solution in his hand. And it is really important and interesting to present the solution that he gets and to get feedback from his classmates. So we've chosen to put it in a small diagram, the design thinking process. So first, after immersing in the environment to understand the problem firsthand, so to understand it, then explore it, then to prototype it, then to refine it, and to solve it. So after guessing the solution, we have to ask, is it good enough? If it is yes, so we have to make it as product, so product it. If no, so we have to iterate a few times to get the right solution. So we have to come back to the first step, which is understanding the problem, and move to the next steps one by one. A brief comparison between the traditional thinking and the design thinking. So most of us are asking, what is the difference between design and design thinking? So normally in design thinking, we have enlightenment, trial and error. It is present. But in the traditional thinking, we have the flawless planning. In the traditional thinking, we have to avoid failure, or most of us are avoiding failure. We are afraid from failure. But in design thinking, we fail fast. In traditional thinking, we have the rigorous analysis. But in design thinking, we have the rigorous testing. We have a test. Traditional thinking contains presentations. We present a lot. But in design thinking, we have experiments. So we test. We have experimentations, hence. So in traditional thinking, we have the arm's length customer research. But in design thinking, we have a deep customer immersion. So traditional thinking is just periodic, but design thinking is continuous. So we have a problem, we have to solve it. So if we fail to solve it, so we have to come back and ask some questions in our environment in order to get a solution. So for traditional thinking, it's about thinking, but for design thinking, it's about doing. And we want that our kids do, not just think. And we have to build thinkers for tomorrow. So we have to let them test, and we have to let them try, and we have to let them fail. This is how our kids can learn, and how can learn from their mistakes and try to get best solutions for tomorrow. We have 5 things to start to incorporate design thinking in the classroom or in schools. The brainstorming sessions. And in brainstorming sessions, this picture is taken from the design bootcamp that I made in First Kids Club this summer. And let the kids try to think about a problem which about pollution. And here they are asking questions, they are trying to take papers and put them on the wall, they are trying to solve the problem and get some solutions and suggest to others. So, and in the brainstorming sessions, it is fast. It is a fast step and self-contained way to practice some of the core principles of design thinking. So, and having the students or the teachers also run from 5 to 20 minutes brainstorming sessions is a great way to teach the value of being generative. Also, it can be used to help creative solutions of any type of problem virtually, and making it one of design thinking's most versatile tools. An important thing that we have to make it in our classrooms, that we have to let our kids ask, let our kids try to find the answers and discuss together. This is the brainstorming session. Two, we have to provide more virtual writing spaces. And here it is a fantastic way to support and teach design thinking. And most of what our space enables can be reacted cheaply by adding more vertical writing spaces. And teacher must give a few butcher of papers to students who created their own dynamic team studio. So they will have really fun when they are taking their ideas, their kinds of suggesting solutions and pasting them on the wall using the colors, using a lot of things that their colleagues can read and discuss about that. So it is not a really difficult thing that we can provide to our kids in classrooms. So just some walls, and they can use them for their ideas and use it as a funny way. The third thing is to prototype to decide, and when prototyping to decide means that the design thinking process.
2 minutes till we wrap up, Faten. 2 minutes.
Okay. So when teams begin to over-discuss their next steps, so the prototype to decide reminds us that instead of arguing about what the next idea when a team hits an impasse, is to create some quick prototypes and test each idea. And this lets the user decide what course of action you should take. For the fourth one is to build the thing. And prototyping is not just a way to test an idea, it's a process that helps people think, constantly surrounding the students and teachers with low resolution material, encouraging the pupils to create and to think. And finally, with the fifth one, is to think visually. And think visually is about communication. And communication is an essential ingredient of design thinking's collaboratory working in team, and by biasing towards drawing and capturing ideas, and both students and teachers can communicate there throughout in a more accessible way, so they can discuss about the challenge and about the solutions. Finally, I can conclude my presentation by a small, brief presentation. So, when we speak about design thinking to school, is to create another kind of classroom. And our kids are needing to other kind of classroom that motivates them for discussing about problems, and we have to motivate them to challenge and to try to get their ideas and improve that. And we have to pass the message to our kids: when you feel you have a design challenge, write it down and begin. you are free in solving your problem. And thank you so much for your attention.
Well, thank you so much, Faten. We have time for one question, and that's from Peggy George. She says, how do students decide if it's good enough, and does that mean they successfully solved the problem?
Sorry?
So Peggy asks, how do students decide if it's good enough, and does that mean they successfully solved the problem?
Yeah, so I can say that the student, after getting or after taking the solution in hand, he has to ask the questions for the audience, for the people that he asked when brainstorming, and he has to say, I have the solution in hand or not? Does it solve the problem that I'm trying to solve or not? So if yes, so normally he has a solution, because when we have a solution in hand, we can say that it is not, it is right or it is false. There is no false solution. There is a solution, but you have to argue your solution, and you have to always ask a question, if I solve the problem for the audience or for the public audience or not. So this is how kids must learn if the solution that he is guessing is right or not, is solving the problem, or I have to make a feedback and get back to the first step and ask step by step, where is the thing that I have to try, where is the thing that I have to retry or to discuss with my my colleagues.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And Faten, we put her slides and her Twitter handle and everything on her on the site, but she can go back on the chat box and share with you any more questions you have. She can share more resources and answers. So thank you so much for joining us all the way from Tunisia, Faten.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to join you.